Hi and welcome to Oracle Insight, everyone. Thanks for those of you who are returning viewers, and of course a welcome to all of you who are new to the channel. We are going to be doing a reading today based on career and creative project questions. So if you would like a yes or no answer to a question that you have related to career and creative projects, this is the reading for you. So go ahead and bring that question to mind. Now you have three options in front of you, 1, 2, and 3. So this is where you take your time, feel into which of these options you're being drawn to the most. So once you have made your selection, the timestamp will be in the description. Go straight through to that timestamp and I shall be there to start your reading. Hello and welcome. So group number 1, these are the cards that you have chosen. So we are going to go ahead and turn this card over for the yes or no answer to your question first. Okay, so all three of these cards indicate a yes to me, so that is the answer to your question, group 1. So we've got the astrology, the Black Moon astrology cards here. So we're going to turn that over and that's going to give you an indication of some energies in play for you. Now you've got Grand Trine and Blessings. So in regards to your creative projects, you're on a good start. Group number 1 with blessings here. That's fantastic. So that's going to indicate things going well for you, potentially. Right time, right place, connecting with the right people, things to do with making your progress a lot smoother and easier. So we are going to take some cards out here to get some further information. Now the Knight of Wands, now that speaks to some speed, it speaks to some inspired action. So you may have to move on an idea that you may have had with regards to your career and creative projects. Now it looks like whatever you're doing with 3 of Cups there, that does suggest that it's not something to be done alone. You might have to collaborate with others, or there is a community, a sense of community within this situation that you'll need to take into account. But it's a joyous one, it's a joyous collaboration. And with the Hierophant, that talks to progressing in ranks. It talks to institutions. You could be looking at a role within an established institution, company, and if that's the case, it does look with these combination of cards here to be quite promising. So why don't we turn these cards over and see what we've got here. Okay, oh, the Magician, wow, okay, that's great. Messenger of Water, so that is the, what is that? That's the Knight of Cups there. Hermit, and the 3 of Earth. Okay, so you've got 3 of Earth showing up here, 3, which is 3 of Pentacles, and I was talking to collaboration, so that's a confirmation for me that whatever you're working on right now, it is going to require some kind of communication and collaboration with others in order for it to progress further. You might be inclined to hold back from that, but you can't be doing that. You've got the Hermit there. And you've got the Magician, so you certainly have the wherewithal right now to succeed in whatever it is that you've got planned right now. And you've got 2 Knights on the table, a Knight of Messenger of Water, so Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands. So it's really a balancing of divine, like with here, that's inspired action, but also making sure that you continue with that inspired action, and it's connecting to your sense of joy as well. I think it's very important to make sure that you continue to enjoy what you do, and I suppose that's really a given, right? That is something that is a must, but given that it's here, it needs to be said. So it's not just about the action here. You've got to make sure that it's aligned with a sense of joy and a sense of purpose for you in order for this to work properly for you. Okay. But it really does look very positive for you, especially with the Grand Trine and blessings here. Things are really going to be quite fortuitous in how things come together for you, with whether it's a job that you're looking for or whether you're trying to advance a creative project of sorts. In fact, this kind of whatever, if you are looking for a new role, it could come together for you with your connections with others. You might actually be out socializing somewhere and somebody mentions that they have a friend who knows that they work at a company that is looking for a particular person and you would be the right fit for that role, something of that nature. But it is certainly a role too that you will be able to advance within. It's not just a matter of going in and being stuck at the base level. This does show progression available for you and success in being able to move through the ranks, should that be something that you would like to do. Because if it's an entry role, it's not going to stay entry for very long. You're going to be able to move through, progress through the ranks in that role. And it really, with the Three of Earth there, Three of Pentacles, it does point to you being able to build something quite solid and secure for yourself with this. This is the beginnings of something quite stable, secure. Oh gosh, and there's a real play on the threes here. You've got the Three of Earth, you've got the Three of Cups, and can you see here with this Hermit card, can you see here that there are three keys that are visible here? You know, to be honest, there are more keys there, but these are the three that stuck out to me in the beginning. So I'm getting a sense here that this is where just be clear and obvious about what it is that you're wanting. Okay, don't be coy about what you might require in a role. Make sure that it fits for you too. This is not about you just fitting in order to get the role. This is about you ensuring that the role and the two and yourself fit together well, because you're going to have an opportunity here. So don't try to fit somewhere, underplay yourself, hide what it is that you expect in terms of what you can get for a role. This is about ensuring that your requirements are met as well. Okay, so that's coming to mind when I see these three obvious keys here, because those, to be honest, those are the only ones I saw, even though I knew that there must be more around there, but I could only see the three. So that points to me about making clear what it is that you desire in this role that you take on or in this creative project. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm getting from here. Let's see what the parting message is. And it's Altar Priestess. Now it says preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. So this is about preparation. This is about knowing your worth. I think that's what this is about, understanding. There is great potential here for you to establish yourself in something that you're going to be very happy with. All right. So the preparation comes about by making sure that you don't stay stuck at home or away from others. This is requiring you to get out and commune with others. I think this is where this kind of movement and this action is going to be helped along, is when you actually communicate and be in around others, especially with this Three of Cups and social gatherings. With the Grand Trine and blessings, this is about being at right place, right time, and meeting others that can further you along with what it is that you're wanting. And obviously appreciation. So yes, this is about being clearer in the intentions you set for what it is that you are wanting and where it is that you are going. Okay, be clear from the outset what it is that you are wanting to achieve, because the cards are very supportive of you getting to where you want to go, and just stay in alignment with your head and your heart, okay? The right direction, or in the same direction, aligned. You're doing well. All right then, group number one. that is the reading that I have for you. I hope that this has assisted you in some way, and if so, consider liking and subscribing. Take care of yourselves, and I shall connect with you again very soon. Okay, hello and welcome to those of you who selected the second option. So we're looking firstly at the yes or no answer to the question that you have, and remember it's in relation to a career or creative project question. So let's turn these cards over. You've got Four of Swords, Strength, and Four of Wands. So four. Wow, look at that. You've got 2 4s on the table, and that center card is an 8. Okay, so very, very good. I love how there's a balance, and look how the 4s are actually centering the 8. Yeah, lots of balance. I'm just getting balance here. I love that. Okay, so 4 and 8, that might be significant for some of you in some way. Now, you've got Black Moon astrology cards here. Now 2 came out for you, so let's turn them over and see what we see. I'll look at that, Jupiter in abundance. So that's a very positive card for you in regards to career and creative project, group number 2. And then over here we have Cancer and I Feel. And once again, can you see there's the 16 here with Cancer I Feel, which reduces to a 7, and then you've got Jupiter and abundance is the number 7 as well. So you've got 7 and 7 on the side. Another sense of balance going on. How interesting. Love that. All right, so now you may have been in a time of contemplation. Have you been thinking about what it is that you would like from a career, or what it is that you can do moving forward in terms of occupation, whether you're wanting to change what you move forward with? Page of Air. Okay, which is Page of Swords here. Another thought card. So maybe you're wanting to start something new with this Page of Air. You may have been drawn in by some kind of inspiration that you're wanting to move forward with. Oh, how interesting. Okay, let's see. Feel those 2. And with the 4 of Wands on the edge there, see that's pointing to happiness, a joyful outcome. It's talking to being able to celebrate a success of sorts. Now look, and I'm just looking at the people behind and how you've got that solid structure, that castle at the back. So if you are looking to work anywhere in particular, it might be that an opportunity comes about for you in an established company, a very large corporation, or some kind of workplace that has been long-standing. Like, it's not a company that's just been around for a couple of years. We're talking generational. Oh, how interesting. Okay, let's have a look. So let's turn these over and see what else we can see here. Oh, the Sun. Okay, so another indication of happiness, of joy, of positivity here with the Sun card. The Hermit. Okay, and then you've got the Emperor. Oh. All right, so wherever it is that you are heading, or whatever it is that you are considering, this points to a lot of foundational strength. That ties in very well with what I was saying in terms of organization or company that is very well established, and there's a lot of security in that. Now, the 9 here with the Hermit, see, this is talking to a time of reflection. You may have had to really think hard and assess what it is that you're wanting moving forward in terms of a career. There may have been some concerns about changing what you've been doing because it gives the stability that is necessary in life in order to be able to do what one needs to do. But with the Strength card here, and I can see how she is with this line, this really talks to me about being able to quieten the uncertainties within you, being able to tame the erratic nature of the beast within. So it's about settling your fears, knowing that you have the strength to go in whatever direction you choose. Even in here, I'm really getting a sense here that you have the strength to do what you want, all right? And so this Four of Swords could also point to the fact that you can either choose to go back to what you're used to and be comfortable, as you can see here with the Four of Swords and how they're resting, or you have an opportunity to go to something different, which will be more expansive, more joyful for you, more fulfilling. So it's about being comfortable or about being happy. Now, with the Jupiter and abundance here, now it can point to the fact that you've got a lot of stability where you are. There's a lot of stability on the table. So that can point to a stability that you currently have and you're being fearful about losing that. And given that the Jupiter abundance is right next to the Four of Swords here, this is abundance that you're used to, that you are comfortable in having. Yes, there would be some fear attached to it if you felt that you were going to lose some of that in order to move in another direction. But I also see here that it is balancing out the Cancer I feel, and I really sense that unbeknownst to yourself, the abundance is going to be on offer for you if and when you do choose to move in another direction towards something that's going to be more emotionally fulfilling with you, for you, and more joyful, because you've got the Emperor. The Emperor is pointing to that sense of that energy of success, of abundance, of certainty, of pride, of success. So I really do feel that there is a lot of joy and a lot of success on offer for you, for certain. Especially with the Sun card there too. There's a lot of Leo energy in this reading. You've got the Sun and you've got two depictions of lines here, which is a reiteration of the Sun. So all around, my goodness, this is a very positive and very strong reading here for you, group number 2. And can you see here with the Page of Air, it's about, you see how her wings are open and she's wanting more. There is a sense of newfound freedom here. Oh, wow, yeah. That's what I'm sensing here. It's wanting to expand past what you have achieved before, about where you have been before, and taking yourself further in life. Oh my gosh, I love that. All right, so let's see group number 2. Let's see what else we have here. Where should I place this? We should actually pop this over towards the end of the reading, and then I get the inkling to maybe just balance this out a bit better. Oh, there we go. Well, it's all about balance in this reading, isn't it? That's what I'm sensing here. So I don't, as I was saying, I don't feel here that you're going to have to give up your security if that's what you've been worried about. I do get a sense that that has been something that you have been concerned about, but the cards are really pointing to that security continuing. There's a lot of positivity on the table that I don't see that a loss of security is going to be a problem at all for you, group number 2. All right, so as I was saying, let's turn this over. Oh, look. So, okay, so you've got the Shadow Queen, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulations. This is about similar to what the Strength card is pointing to. It's controlling the shadows, being able to quieten, to put at ease the insecurities and concerns within yourself, because there is a lot of light on offer in this reading. The Sun, you've got the Emperor, the Strength, even with Jupiter and abundance here. There's a lot of energy to be expressed in physical form. So you are in balance all the way through this process, group number 2. And even the number 2, your group, see you've got 2 there, 2 there. There's a sense of balance going on. All right, I'm sure I've made my point clear. So group number 2, that is the reading that I have for you. I do hope that it has helped you in some way. If so, consider liking and subscribing. Take care, and I shall connect with you again very soon. Hello. Hello and welcome, group number 3. So these are the cards that you have selected. So firstly, we shall go ahead and turn over these tarot cards that will give us the yes or no answer to your question, which is related to career and creative projects. So you have all 3 of these cards I'm taking as, actually I'm going to take that as a no, and your 2 of Wands here and your Chariot will be the yes. So the answer to your question, group number 3, is the yes. Okay, so let us have a look at what we have here. 10th house, the world. All right, so that's, can you see that? Okay, so that is to do with career. So that's a very good card to come out for you in a career reading, isn't it? So this is definitely a strong indication of supporting energies with what it is that you need to or would like to do for yourself out in the world, career-wise. Okay, you've got the Magician that's come out. We're going to pull some more cards to see what else we can get for you in regards to a message. So you might actually be, some of you might be contemplating a change in a role with the 2 of Wands there. That could point to, oh my goodness, this Hermit card has shown up in all 3 piles. How interesting. Okay, so this 2 of Wands really does speak to you assessing what it is that you can now do for yourself. You're wanting to expand. There seems to be a lot of contemplation at hand for all of the groups in terms of what it is that they're wanting for themselves. 6 of Water, yeah, because there looks to be some kind of melancholy. I always get the sense of melancholy with this card when it comes up, and it seems to be showing up here as well, that sense of melancholy, just wanting more for yourself. You may have been contemplating for some time what it is that you want to achieve, like a legacy that you're wanting to start for yourself, some kind of mark that you'd like to leave on the world instead of maybe just playing it safe. Ace of Water. Yeah, it looks like you, with the Ace of Water, that is talking to some kind of newfound emotional fulfillment. So you're wanting more for yourself. You're wanting to be happy in what you're doing. You're wanting to feel that sense of fulfillment in whatever it is that you're choosing to do now. And it doesn't look like you have been satisfied with what you have achieved so far. It's interesting that the 10th house in the world is a 34, which reduces to a 7. And the Chariot card is the number 7 too, so 2 7s on the table. That does talk to some divine guidance happening here. I think you're really feeling a pull. There are some energies at the moment, astrology-wise, that is really asking us to be clear on where it is that we want to go in the world now, and how we want to show up, and making choices that align us with where we see ourselves going in the future. And with the Knight of Swords, there's this real, I get a sense here that you've got a very strong inclination to do something different. It looks like there's a lot of energy that's wanting to be unleashed here, but you're not certain about where it should be focused. And so with this Knight of Swords, there is a cautionary element to this Knight of Swords, that you don't want to make any rash decisions. Okay, this is about being deliberate in the choices that you make, and not being haphazard or being reactionary in the things or the choices that you make. So if you're in a role here that you're not happy with, this is not a time to, I don't think it will be beneficial for you to rush forward with a resignation or anything like that, if that's what you're considering. I mean, obviously the choice is yours, but this is about curtailing any kind of rash decisions that you would want to make, because you need to have a more deliberated action plan moving forward. So whatever disappointments, and I'm seeing a sense of disappointment, melancholy, just not feeling satisfied where you are, and that's fine. This is about acknowledging that that is the case. The Hermit talks to introspection. It talks to an inner knowing, an inner understanding And it looks like there is a call for this. Just understand where you're at the moment and come to terms with that. Your career and what it is that you want to do for yourself is very much in your mind right now. I can see that here with the 10th house in the world. And so the energies are very supportive of you moving forward. But in use of that energy, don't be rash, okay? Just be certain before you make any choices or decisions that can impact you, because you've got the Magician here, and the Magician, who talks to wisdom right now. When I'm looking at him, he's very wise. He understands what needs to be done in order to get what he needs and in order to be successful, and that wisdom comes from an understanding, self-understanding, self-knowledge. And given that that's right next to the Hermit here, I think that's very important, group number 3, for you to take on board for yourself. But there definitely seems to be some kind of newness coming. There is an opportunity for movement. You do have the Chariot here, which does talk to some movement, does talk to some success and some controlled movement. This is about a balance, aligning yourself, having that action plan, movement going forward. There are energies in place that will support your ability to bring your dreams down into this physical plane and turn it into this new world that you're wanting for yourself, which is absolutely fine and is absolutely warranted. But it does require some steady movement forward, no rash, off the cuff decision making, okay? Because the Ace of Water, this is talking to a sense of fulfillment. So there's certainly that on offer for you in a role that you might take up, or in something new for yourself that you're wanting to move forward with in your career. I love that. And it's going to bring a lot of joy. So you can see with the Six of Water here, as I was saying, there's just some kind of sadness here. But with the Ace of Water, we're talking to happiness, we're talking to fulfillment, we're talking being emotionally fulfilled, relishing your experience of life. And this is where you are moving to with that. Oh, I love it when that works out. So I really feel that it's a case of assessing where you are at the moment, acknowledging that you're not quite where you want to be, and taking deliberate, mindful steps to get where you want to be. Group number 3, all right? Okay, last card. Let's see what it says here. The Diamond Dreamer. Oh, I love that. Look, it says material wealth, true prosperity. Oh, we love cards like that, don't we? So there you go, with the 10th house and the World, material wealth, true prosperity. True prosperity. I love that. True prosperity. You can have the wealth, but the true prosperity is where you get the full kit and caboodle, okay? And with the Ace of Cups here, that does talk to prosperity and joy as well. So that's wonderful. So there you go. Looks to me like with the Magician here, this Diamond Dreamer, things are on the up and up for you, group number 3. You've got the Chariot there, that's pointing to the success and controlled movement forward. So you've dreamed the dream. This is what you're dreaming for. You're dreaming for this new world for yourself. It is possible for you. You are going on the right track, but it is about controlled movement, no rash decisions. Slow and steady for this one. But definitely, I love this card for you. That's a really wonderful ending. So with that, those are the messages for you today, group 3. I hope that it has been helpful to you. If so, consider liking and subscribing, and I look forward to connecting with you again in another reading.